Hey guys, this is Max M. Kieturakis, and today I will be reviewing the PureTrak Talent mousepad. The first thing I wanted to go over with this mousepad was the packaging. PureTrak sends their mousepad to you in this tube. The tube is a great idea as it is very durable, as you can see me hitting it against my desk, but it can also be reused, which means that you can take your mousepad, pack it back up into the packaging, and take it with you to a LAN event or on vacation or wherever you choose. The packaging isn't anything, the design aspect of the packaging isn't anything special. You have Talent written in big letters and a picture of the mousepad on the back, as well as some specifications. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the design. The design is minimalistic. There's not a lot of logos or anything on it. It is more interesting than the Steel Series QCK, which is just black. This one has little circles, as you can see on it, and the PureTrak logo in the bottom right. Unlike the Steel Series logo, where with the Steel Series logo you can feel some paint, the PureTrak logo in the bottom right is a different cloth color, so it's woven in. You won't feel any difference, and this will also help with the tracking across the logo. The surface of the PureTrak Talent is extremely smooth. It's much smoother than the QCK Heavy. If I do this flick test that people have been doing on the reviews, you can see that this mousepad does travel quite a long distance and quite easily. And I must say that I have a very heavy mousepad. I'm sorry, I have a very heavy mouse. I have two AA batteries in the bottom of it. It's a wireless mouse. It is not a gaming mouse. And even with its weight, it travels a fair distance. What PureTrak advertises their mousepad as is stain-proof and not waterproof. And I've already tried spilling different liquids on it. I won't do it here because I would have to wait for them to dry. But I tried it with my Steel Series QCK Heavy, and I tried it with my PureTrak, and let me show you guys the difference. My PureTrak pad pretty much looks brand new. You won't be able to see the stains, but I don't know, maybe you will. Let's see. This is my QCK Heavy. As you can see, it's very heavily stained. I really haven't used it that much, and the minute I spilled something, you can see exactly where it spilled, exactly where it dried. My PureTrak Talent, you can't see anything. So that's a great aspect of the PureTrak Talent. Also, I wanted to compare it with my Zowie pad, which also has some visible use of wear. And I've used my Zowie pad for a much shorter time than I've used the PureTrak Talent. The other thing I wanted to compare is how this pad sticks to a given surface. So to do that, I will have to take this tablecloth and move it up. And there we go. And I don't know, as you guys can see, the pad really doesn't move. Now, my Zowie pad, it has, I think it's because of the woven edges, which make this pad have not the best grip. You can see that the bottom of it is woven. And this mouse pad, I mean, already you can see that I can move it without really picking it up. The grip isn't horrible, it's not really bad, but I wouldn't recommend it either. I mean, as you can see, it doesn't move that much, but it moves more than the PureTrak Talent. So another great feature of the PureTrak Talent is that you can put it in your washing machine and put it in your dryer and be sure that it comes out good as new. I've had this mouse pad for about 4 to 6 months. I'm not exactly sure, but definitely more than 4, and definitely less than 6. And my edges aren't frayed at all. That's a great feature. They're also cut a little bit, which is something that PureTrak does upon manufacturing, so that it doesn't like cut your wrist, or I mean, it won't cut your wrist either way, but so it doesn't make you have calluses on your wrist. The QCK Heavy does not have the same feature. The QCK Heavy really gives a toll on your wrist. So that's the PureTrak Talent pretty much. It's a big pad. I also wanted to compare the sizes. So here I have my QCK Heavy, and I'll line up the edges exactly. Okay, and I can show you guys that the QCK Heavy is a taller pad. It's a much taller pad than the PureTrak Talent, but it's not as wide. And this is something I actually like from PureTrak. They could have kept the same dimensions as the QCK Heavy, but they didn't. They decided to change something, and the risk with changing something is making it worse. And PureTrak was able to make something better. They made the pad wider and not as tall. And if you think about it, for instance, for FPS games, you need a wide pad more so than you need a tall pad. When you move up or down, you usually move 90 degrees from a horizontal level to look down or to look up. But when you are playing FPS games and you need to turn around, you need much more room because you need to turn around 180 degrees to turn around and shoot an opponent behind you. So this is a change that I really like from PureTrak. It's another change which, in addition to their packaging, shows that they've thought out this product. As I said before, it's a big pad. You have to be sure that you have room on your desk to be able to use this pad. It's also a very slippery pad, so if you like rougher surfaces, then you might want to think twice before buying this pad. It's much smoother than the QCK pads. It's about as smooth as the Zowie pad, although the Zowie pad is a little different because the Zowie pad is rough, but it's fast. And this pad is very smooth, but also fast. So it's really hard to compare those two pads. Comparing to the QCK, however, this is a faster pad. In my opinion, it's a better pad. People have different opinions on this matter, so I can't really say which one's better if it comes to matters concerning how smooth or rough a pad is. I do know, however, that many professional players agree with my opinion that this pad is better than the SteelSeries QCK. It's more durable, it's stain-proof, the aspect of it that makes it smooth and that it's wider, it just makes for a better package overall. If you have any doubts, you can see the majority of players at ESEA probably using PureTrak pads. I know that our teams all use their PureTrak pads, even though we don't necessarily make them use the pads. They all use the pads. They've all been wanting to get their hands on them, so it's definitely a recommended pad for all gamers. Thanks.